What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at a pair of UA lost and founds versus retail. And this video is for educational purposes only, to give you the education and knowledge of what to look out for if you do decide to pick this shoe up in the resale market. So getting into the review, this is the UA shoe and this is retail. And immediately you can see the difference in the size of the boxes. The retail box is slightly bigger. The color is almost identical. And after having these UA pairs in hand, man, it's very, very close. So just keep watching. Trust me. It's going to get real crazy here. So let's go ahead and open the lid. UA retail. Both have the swoosh. As you can see, the retail has a stamp code in it, and the UA doesn't. As you can see, the dimensions of the box here on the UA versus retail. And for the video, I decided to keep UA the way that it came to me shipped, and they had this Sandy Bros receipt on top of the paper. On the retail, it should be underneath the shoes, so something else to look out. And we'll get into this receipt later, and it's pretty eye-opening, so stay tuned. Taking a look at the retro Jordan paper, I think UA did a pretty good job of replicating it close as they could to the retail paper, but there are some differences in it, and we'll take a look at that right now. Peeling back one paper, as you can see, sort of see-through. But comparing it to the retail pair, as you can see, the ink kind of bleeds through the white paper. That's the difference in it. See how it's pure white on the back? You can kind of see through it, but it doesn't bleed through the paper. That's the differences in it. See how it bleeds through? So make sure your retail paper looks like that. So. Also has a white paper. I think they did okay with the white paper. Give you a quick look at that retail paper. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get into this shoe and look at the comparisons. The shoe here is the UA, and then we have the retail. You probably can already see the differences in it, so let's go ahead and get into this and go over these details real quick. All right, guys, so just kind of keep an eye on the retail and you'll know. As you can see, the collar on the retail is very cracked versus the UA. That's slightly cracked. Biggest difference you're going to see in this shoe. I will say the coloration of the cracks in the UA versus the retail is pretty much similar in color, but as you can see, it's not as cracked. A lot of people were saying that they would probably take a fingernail file to this UA pair, scuff it up, to make it look a little bit more retail. And these very well might crack off with wear after time. So moving down, in my previous video of the lost and founds, I was showing a couple details to look out for, and this was one of the biggest details, is the width in the ankle collar area section. It has the width of the high 85 cut versus the standard Air Jordan 1s that we get today. Is a lot thinner right here. Let's see if the UA got that correct. And they also did get that correct, having a high 85 cut. So that's something to really look for. Moving down to the side panels, as you can see, the retail has a lot of finer cracks in the side panel. Here's a look at the UA pair. I think they did a good job trying to replicate that. Moving down, also taking a look at this stitched area. It has a slight U curve to it like the high 85s. UA also got that correct, perfect. And before we go to the toe box, we're going to take a look at the oversized Nike swoosh. As I stated in the previous video again, this Nike swoosh should come very close to this eyelet section. Not much space between. I think they also got it correct on the UA pair. It also has the oversized Nike Swoosh. Turn these around and take a look at the toe box. Again, this is UA retail. Take a look at the cracked toe box. I think they pretty much nailed this toe box. Moving down, we're going to take a look at the shape of the toe box. And again, it's also has the high 85 cut to it. Meaning that it comes higher up over the toe box. And that's one thing I'll say about this UA pair. It has a beautiful shape to the toe box, as does the retail. Moving down to the midsole, it is a slightly sail midsole. And looking at it in person, I think they got pretty much close to the color between the two. Take a look at the details in the midsole versus retail. This is UA retail. Take a quick look at the medial side of the shoe. Side panel cracking versus retail. Yeah, I think they pretty much got it accurate with the cracked side panels and toe box. Take a look at this stitching again. Perfect. And also, guys, the medial side of the ankle collar strap, you also have that same width that you had on the lateral side of the shoe. And they also got it correct on the UA pair. Have that oversized Nike Swoosh. Perfect. Before we get to the outsole, we're going to take a quick look at the tongues. Okay, you have your UA Nike Air tongue. And a quick point to look out for. In some UAs, this Nike Air on the tag, it actually is folded over into the back of the tag. You want to make sure you have that space between the top of the tag and right here. As you can see, retail pair. See how you have that space between the Nike Air and the top of the tag? That's what you want to look for. I think the UA did the best they could. It's pretty close. Taking a look at the nylon tongue, you have that sail colorway. I think they pretty much got it accurate to the retail pair. Only difference I see in it is the stitching distance between the two. It's much tighter on the retail pair. It's less space between here and here. That's the only difference I can see in the tongue. And again, this is how the shoes come laced up retail. They match that. Quick look at the toe box. And again, I think they did an excellent job on this UA pair with the shape of the toe box. I think that's a perfect toe box shape. All right, so another one of the biggest telltale signs to look for is actually inside the shoe. And it has to do with the laces. This is how they come laced up retail. All right, so let's look at the UA. As you can see, they tried to replicate that. And it also comes tied up. I've seen some that doesn't, but this company, they really try to perfect it. So But as you can see, it's a lot neater on the retail pair than how they lace it up. It's more just bundled in. But they tried. All right. Next big telltale sign. Retail comes with paper shoe tree. A lot of the UAs I seen came with the cardboard shoehorn shoe tree. So this company, they also provided a paper shoe tree. They really stepped it up. Guys, that's what I'm saying. They really tried to step it up. So this is the UA paper shoe tree. This is the retail. As you can see, the retail is a lot, bigger. Just looks a lot neater than this UA paper. But they tried. Like I said, you got to be careful. I really think that could pass QC processes at some of these companies. Take a look at the insole. Have your white insole, red Nike Air. This is UA. Retail. So you can see on the UA, the Nike Air is a lot more brighter red than the retail. Taking a look at the manufacturing tag. This is the UA pair. It was manufactured 2/2/22 to 5/25/22. My retail pair has 5/24/22 to 8/2/22. So you have some discrepancies between that, but I also seen some retail shoes have a different date. If they did have 500,000 pairs, I can see the dates varying from different manufacturers that made their batches. So we're gonna take a look at the outsole. This is your UA pair. It has that oxidation on the bottom. A lot of UA shoes, they overdo it with this white oxidation look. They do too much. I think they did a decent amount on this one versus the retail. I think that's pretty much accurate to the retail pair. And I will say my other shoe on the UA is not. I think it's less of the oxidation look than this pair. So I think they got that also correct. And coming from the outsole, one last thing to look for sometimes is the strength in this outsole. This retail pair has no flex to it when you squeeze the outsole. Very stiff. Take a look at the UA, see how that flexes. It's pretty stiff in the midfoot area, but you can see it bowing in right here. See that? It's pretty decent though, but it does flex just a little bit more than the retail pair did. And looking at the UA pair, it does flex in a little more versus the retail. See how stiff that is? It flexes in pretty easy on the UA pair. So that's just something else to look out for. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this pair I picked up. Very close. This is crazy. I think if they would have did a better job on this ankle collar area versus the retail, and I want to say they do have updated batches coming that's more similar to the retail pair, man. That's scary to think about because it's pretty much accurate to this retail pair. Only flaws I did find in this UA pair is this stitching area, and also the ankle collar area. It's just a little too much black, less cracking in it. That's very noticeable. But other than that, I think it's pretty much accurate. Take a look at the back of the toes. So you can see, I think the retail pair is more white text than this pair is a lot The font on it is a lot different than the retail pair. Also, I say be careful out there, guys. If you're going to pick these up in the resale market from these third-party sellers that has a QC protocol in place, they might miss it, man. All right, guys, last but not least, we're going to take a quick look at the Sandy Bros receipt and get you guys up out of here. This one is the UA. This is retail. All right, looking at the UA receipt in person, it is almost identical, but I can tell a difference in the shade of yellow and green on the retail receipt versus the UA. I'm not sure if it's picking it up on camera, but you can see a slight hue. But if you don't have, these two receipts side by side, I'm not sure if you're going to notice the difference. And on my previous video, I mentioned to keep an eye on this paid part. This black box is very defined. As you can see on the UA, they pretty much nailed that also, and that's scary. Looking at the Air Jordan basketball shoes, I want to say in person, the UA is a lot darker than the retail, and I would probably say a slightly bolder font to it versus retail. Taking a look at the outside border, they pretty much nailed that. This one is a lot bolder. Couldn't really get this area right here correct, but I think they pretty much nailed that. And another big telltale sign of a fake receipt is you look on the back of the retail, it's white. Look at the UA, and it's also white. That is crazy. You can see through the UA a lot more than the retail, but I know UA was getting this wrong. They would have like a blue background or green background, but they corrected it. It only takes these guys so much time before they get these things almost perfected. So before we end the video, I'm going to give you a quick look at the right shoe since we didn't pull it out. Just give you a look at how they did on each shoe. Look at that toe box, perfect. This is the outsole on the other shoe. Like I was saying, they don't have much of that oxidation on this one. Also, they didn't overdo it like some UAs do. As you can see, the ankle collar is just a little too dark. I think the hourglass shape, I think the shape of the shoe overall is okay. And I think they did a good job on the ankle collar area. I know retail sets higher end. But yeah, again, like I was saying, this video was for educational purposes, to give you a look at what to look out for when you pick up your retail pair, or if you gotta go and purchase it through the resale market. Give you a couple pointers to look out for to make sure you do, in fact, get a retail pair, because this particular pair is almost perfect to the retail pair, minus this ankle collar area. But the details of the rest of the shoe, in my opinion, is pretty much accurate. I think even down to the receipt, and that is crazy. But I do appreciate y'all coming through for a quick look at this video. Stay tuned to the channel. Do have more videos coming. Until the next time, peace.